Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Sean here for We Speak You Listen. Last night as a group, we did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And it was a late night, so we didn't get to do a review, but it was such a intriguing movie, interesting movie. I had to do a review myself here today just to get people that are considering going to see it, my opinion out there. I'll start out with saying, yes, it's a little long. It's a little slow in the beginning, but it really shows how good of a filmmaker Tarantino is. It shows how good of an actor DiCaprio is. Both of those things we knew, but it just reinforced it. The camera work, the long lens, the shots, the entire build throughout the whole thing. There is spoilers in this, by the way, because the end is unbelievable, but the whole build of the entire movie, that's how a movie should be. If it's gonna have slow moments, have it in the beginning. Have it getting to a goal, to an end piece. And, you know, I do have to see it again to really be able to say, like, how great it was in the pantheon of movies and all that. But, you know, it's already, to me, on my list of things that I'll be watching over and over again forever. Like, it'll be like a Wolf of Wall Street, or not on the Goodfellas level, but that type of thing where, oh, I just want to go watch that scene of, you know, Rick in the Western movie talking to the girl, or the Bruce Lee part, or different scenes throughout the entire movie. The ranch was nuts. The scene on the ranch with Brad Pitt, just the build of that, if you really know the whole history of the Manson family, to reenact it like that to what Tarantino thinks it would have looked like, or what it did look like, that was great. I was really blown away by Brad Pitt's performance. I'm not, you know, a huge Brad Pitt fan. The type of movies that he's in, a lot of times I won't see it, or I'll watch it once and it doesn't have a big effect on me. But in this, he had a really great part that built the complexity of his character, of just, he relied on Leo's character. Everything that he got, his life, was based off of Rick. If Rick needed him, he was there. He became Rick's driver. The whole thing was him just being Rick's left hand. And growing older and realizing that that's all he really is at that point, is being like somebody's assistant. And that's tough for any guy. That's tough for any person. But somebody especially that you could see had a lot of spirit and a lot of hope throughout his life. He was just refined to the fact that he's not a yes man, but like, you know, an assistant. So he's there for Rick, and if Rick stumbles, then, you know, he's in worse shape, you know. So he basically is relying on him for everything. But just the entire build, I think everybody, all the, you know, the casting throughout was really well done, and the story flowed well. It just beautifully shot. Just, I think part of the reason that maybe I would like it more than others is because I grew up learning about the 60s, hearing the 60s so much from my family members, and the music and the rhythms and the, you know, hippies and Vietnam and loving Forrest Gump so much, and all those reasons. I think this goes with that. And I am a true crime nut, and Charles Manson is one of the biggest, you know, true crime icons, you know, one of the craziest people in the history, up there with Ted Bundy and famous, you know, murderers slash heathens slash, you know, whatever you want to call them. And you just have the fear, that overlying fear, the entire movie, of that, how it's going to end is, you think it's going to be Sharon Tate gets killed, and the way it flips, and when it, you know, the time is clocking down, Sharon and her friends are out to eat, Rick and Cliff are out to eat, they're both at Mexican restaurants, different ones, the clock is ticking, the time, and then They both go back home. And it's getting closer and closer to the time after midnight when these attacks happened. And then you see the car drive up. And that scene was crazy. He's making the margarita in the kitchen. And he sees the hippie car and he just freaks out. Goes after them and throws them off his street. But they were there to go after Sharon Tate. And in that split moment is when it flipped. And instead, they go after Rick and Cliff instead because they felt threatened by them. Maybe they would have gone after Sharon if they were successful where they went, but the scene where they actually break into the house and Brad Pitt's character and the dog stop them, and then Rick is in the pool and he overhears, with his large boombox / music system, he can still overhear the ruckus. He goes and then he sees the girl come out already bloodied, and he goes to the shed and gets the torch. That was crazy. The whole ending was out of nowhere, out of left field. Should have been expected in a Tarantino, but it still kind of blew me away there. So long story short, if you like film, if you like history, but a twist on history, and you like just beautifully done movies with a good build, you gotta see this one. It's gonna be nominated for the Best Picture. Is it gonna win? I don't know, but it will be nominated. That's a guarantee. I think Leo will be nominated again for Best Actor. On our scale, I would give it a 4 because it should be seen in theaters. Because movies that are that beautifully done have more of an impact on a big screen, have more of an impact with a large crowd, and you're sitting in your living room, it's not going to quite be the same. The story is fine. The story is very good. But to me, the best part of it is the camera work, the angles, the scenery, the desert, the signage, the verbiage, the packaging. Everything was 60s era, beautifully done. So I give this a 4 out of 5. I say see this movie and support Leo's return to the theater. Follow me on Instagram below. Thanks for watching. What's up?